Evening everyone, Ian from DIY Home Gardening, 16th of November, and tonight starting a video on lilies. So I'll turn the camera around and we can have a look. Right, so just putting to bed really the tree lilies. So those are Miss Peculiar going into there. And yeah, that's a good amount of bulbs. I'll be happy with those for next year. These ones that I've been cleaning up are Anastasia. So been removing the root and just getting rid of the compost. Obviously discarding any damaged scales. But what I was going to do was I was going to propagate a few more. And so I thought I'd show you how to do that. It's pretty simple, and this one, to be honest, is perfect for it because I actually want to split this through the middle anyway to give me 2 new bulbs. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do some propagation by means of scales. So start with, remove your outer scales, just enough to do propagation with, and helps you clean it up at the same time. And in this respect, you want to make sure you're snapping off as close to the base as possible, and you'll notice that I'm actually taking away sufficient amount of scales that's going to allow me to divide that up also. So get your finger in close to the base and lever it to pop that off. Let me just take this one as well, and that will allow me to split that bulb like so. So that's split, and we can obviously discard the old flowering stem. That's one bulb there. Just balance it up by removing that scale. So that gives us one. Oh, and you can see there, that's what we're left with on that one. So we just again tidy that up. Move the off pieces, move that scale, and it will just be a case of snap this off. So as far as I'm concerned, that's what I wanted to achieve in terms of splitting that way, but that's not really what the video is about. The video is with regards to propagating via scale method, and I used to do this quite a lot when I was younger, certainly with some of the more normal types of lilies, things like the African queen, and it's quite an easy, straightforward way to bulk up your numbers just through, well, stripping down of bulbs, to be honest. But you do need to make sure that, so one, you've got a decent bulb intact, or decent scale I should say, not bulb, decent scale intact, nice clean basal section to it, wants to be close, snapped as close to the bottom as you can do, so something like that where it's tatty, broken, no good. Likewise that, where you can see that it's an old one that's already partially calloused over, no good, that would be decent. That probably is worth doing, as is that one, and that as well, that's decent, even though it's got this top bit, it's nice and fat to the base. So we'll discard obviously these bits, give these a bit of a clean up, and then move on to the second stage. Okay, so given the scales are clean, I tend to use warm water and then just dry them down a bit so you can see nice and clean, free from compost, which is not a, it's not a thing in itself, but you're just making sure that you're not going to be transferring any insect eggs, decaying matter. It gives you another opportunity to check that the scales you're planning to use are actually good enough, and that one you can see is not. So again, we can just doing our double checks, and likewise take the time just to clean up on that joint. So again, you're just making sure that you're limiting potential for infection and contamination and reducing the risk of rot, because, well, let's face it, that is the problem really when you're doing this propagation from the scales. More often than not, you can suffer a high incidence of rot. Right, so we'll take these. Now I'm looking at these, I'm thinking I've not got a big enough bag. So, oh, drop one, two, that one's broken, so that's no good now. Right, so here I've made up a mix, so it's a mixture of multi-purpose compost with perlite. It's a 50-50 mixture by way of volume, and into that we're just going to pop these scales. I'm going to do it back on the floor because I know I'm going to make a mess. So let's just clear this bit of rubbish and get that out of the way. Okay, stick that on there. And all we're going to be doing, nothing too technical, just insert your scales. I tend to do them sideways on, so you can maximise the amount you're getting in. It's all nestled in next to each other. Here's the last one in. And I'm going to have to use the other hand to try and push them in a little bit further. Scales are in, we'll just give a little shake up, try and cover them over. And then all we're going to do is just try and get a bit of air into here. There we are, so blowing a bit of air in there, just inflate it. And now all we're going to do is stick it somewhere warm, ideally a little bit darkened, so sort of a boiler room or airing cupboard, and it'll stay in there for next sort of 4 or 5 weeks. So, got the bag of lilies in my hand. Got to admit, it's 9 weeks on, so well, quite a while longer than previously, and it does look as though there's a little bit of growth just there above that white, and I don't know why, but it just feels as though these have taken so much longer to propagate than normal, probably because it's winter time. But yeah, let's have a look, shall we? So let me just pop the camera down. Okay, so I'll be interested to see how these have actually done. And normally this is a spring thing that I tend to do, just because that's when I'm getting the plants out. So there we are. So I've got those there. You can see the little bulbils have formed, so that's on the scales. Some more there. It's a little treasure trove. We've got some there. Nothing on that one, and to be honest, it doesn't look as though anything's going to form on that. No sign of callousing. We'll just pop that to one side. Don't think there's anything else there. Got some good bulbil formation there. And got one there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start of another one there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 bulbils and 1 scale that's not done anything as yet, because it's been quite cold. I don't think there's anything else in here. Now, because it's been quite cold, I am going to pop them back in and well, see if they do a little bit more growth. Set them back out and give it a bit more water and see how we get on. But for the time being, has some pretty good lily bulb propagation there. Well everyone, that is how to propagate lilies from taking off their scales. Pretty easy. So it's, you know, that's what you can get. Easier when we're coming into spring, but just thought I'd give it a try of the winter time. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. You've seen the video. Hopefully you can have good success as well. Bulk up your numbers that way. So any questions, obviously send them over to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. It will work with all lilies, I'll tell you that now from scales, so no worries there. But yeah, if you've got any other questions, then obviously drop me a message and I'll get back to you. If you do like what I'm doing, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so don't miss out on future videos. And I always say, but it is so true, enjoy what you're doing, have fun, try something different. So if that's just trying this as a different way of propagating, then do that. But till next time, bye for now.